for its beautiful and magnificent tombs, and the well-known among these are the tombs in the ancient age of the pyramids or the tombs in the Valley of the Kings. However, while these explain tombs to be unique and ornate, the bodies of the people from the lower castes might have met with humbler ends. Tombs are known to be built as the status symbol a person had while alive. The poor people were buried in graves scooped out of the sand with straw for outer covering. These were common in pre-dynasties, and many of these bodies were found in the fetal position, all well wrapped with linen. There would be some grave goods beside the body, but there was a little meat, a necklace of shells, and a pot. Though the tombs are mysterious, how they are constructed and what they hold inside is even more amazing and mysterious. We will show you the forbidden tombs in ancient Egypt that surprised the world, and the recent discovery is surely something to wonder about in this video. Are you curious? Watch this video until the end, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Here we begin. So, what was the construction style of tombs of Lower and Upper Egypt? On the downstream end of the popular Nile River, the tombs of Lower Egypt were represented. These were lined with mud bricks surrounding the reed and wooden tomb structure. The reed and wood might also have been painted, and a low reed fence would surround the tomb. It would sometimes have 3 to 5 mummies, so it was hypothesized that these were their family members. These members might also have been royal workers from the royal court. The upper end of Egypt has different style tombs and is located at the upper end of the Nile River. These were cut into subsoil bedrock. These are known as stone-cut tombs, though they might not have been elaborate and decorated, indicating the higher class status in Egyptian society. These are the same as the mastabas, the flat-topped rectangular stone-built tombs covering deep shafts leading to the owner's burial. Courtiers and nobles were found in such tombs. Some were highly expansive, with additional tunnels and shafts leading to chambers for valuables and family members. Many of them would have sadab, the small chamber housing the statue resembling the deceased. The nobility or royal court were buried in royal cemeteries, which comprised massive rooms like tomb chapels. They were cut out in rituals that one could visit their family members for offerings or prayer. The walls of this chapel would be covered with paintings, reliefs, or hieroglyphics depicting the daily life of the nobles, with the fertile fields growing their food for eternity. The coffins also had the same thing carved out on the surface, usually spelled out from the Book of the Dead to protect and guide the deceased through the journey to the afterlife. One such is the Pyramid of Djoser, which has an underground chamber. The structure was the top of the mastaba, and the chamber directly below the center would have been the pharaoh's burial chamber. The extra chambers were housing objects of value or used in burial rituals for the pharaoh and his afterlife. Ancient Egypt tombs. Between 1906 and 1936, many excavations were conducted at various sites in Egypt by the Egyptian Expedition Metropolitan Museum's Department of Egyptian Art. During 3 decades while working in the cemeteries in western Thebes, across the modern city of Luxor or Nile River, the archaeologists discovered various tombs belonging to non-royal individuals. The tombs provide us valuable information about the lives of ancient Egyptians, and the 2 tombs within these are truly fascinating. They date back to a man, Wa, from the Middle Kingdom, who provides a path to the destroyed tomb and an official Mikitra, employer of Wa. The second is from the New Kingdom, named after a woman, Harna. The third belonged to a man named Khonshu, who lived midpoint of the New Kingdom. He was buried with various generations of his family in a tomb. All 3 of them lived at an incredible time in the history of Egypt. Tomb of Mejetjeju. Besides, all the tombs come from the tomb of an official responsible for handling all the secret documents of the royals. In the royal chancellery, during the reign of pharaohs from the 6th dynasty, around 2300 BC. The tomb of this person was discovered by Saqqara by an expedition from the University of Warsaw's Polish Center of Mediterranean Archaeology. During the excavation conducted in 2021 autumn season at the dry moat encircled in the step pyramid of King Djoser. On the other side was the tomb of Mirif Nibif, a vizier. During this excavation, another tomb chapel was excavated, decorated with reliefs depicting the owner of the tomb. The archaeologists say that the tomb dates back to 4,300 years, and it was situated next to the step pyramid of Djoser. suspected to have been constructed 4,700 years ago. It was not a coincidence that his tomb was near Dozier's Step Pyramid, the first ever built in ancient Egypt. He was an important and revered king from the glorious past, and officials wanted to be buried beside the pyramid even centuries after the death of Djoser. The dignitary of the tomb had the name Nyetjetju, and he was the official with access to royal sealed and secret documents, a priest of the mortuary cult, a king Titi, and an inspector of the royal estate. This means that the man somehow lived during the reigns of the first three rulers of Egypt from the 6th dynasty, Pepi I, Userkar, and Titi. It was the same time as Miref Nibref. The tomb does not mention family members, but the burial chamber has not been diminished and is massive enough, seeing that it might hold his family remains. As per the discovery, the high social position of Nyetjetju allowed him to hire skilled artisans to create the tomb, as the reliefs from the facade portray the skilled hand, and the elegance on the lines as well as the subtlety of the modeling rival the best reliefs in the tomb. Unfortunately, somehow, the rock where the chapel was constructed was so eroded and brittle that it needed conservators' intervention. The task was led by Gazi Juski, the head of the National Museum and Warsaw's conservation team. No polychromy was found within the facade, and it might be possible that it was never created because its decoration was incomplete. The side walls of the tomb's entrance have no decorations, just the figures painted on lime plaster with jet black ink. It is what was seen to their associate professor. Moreover, it is believed that they were meant as a draft for the relief carvings. The sketches on the walls revealed the leading of the sacrificial animals like oxen and cows. The unfinished decoration doesn't mean that Nyetjetju was not laid to relax in his tomb. If he was not buried there, the tomb would have been taken over by someone else. Instead, the decoration is somehow incomplete, probably because the investor of it died during the work could complete and was buried in the hastily finished tomb. Archaeologists couldn't see the inside of the tomb as they unearthed the facade, but they are planning to explore its interior, which might include his burial chamber and possibly his mummy. Beside this, archaeologists believe that Saqqara has been the central ancient burial ground in Egypt for over 3,000 years. Today, located 20 miles south of Cairo, the 5-mile plot west of the Nile River is dotted with the remains of tombs, temples, and walkways that span the entire history of ancient Egypt. Saqqara has been under discovery and research since 1850, and researchers are unearthing significant finds there. Archaeologists also discovered different megatombs with large chambers full of mummies, coffins, and other gods. Besides Nyetjetju, researchers also discovered Ramesses II's tombs, the Egyptian pharaoh's treasury director. Though the place is overshadowed by Great Pyramids and Luxor, these and other discoveries will continue piquing the interest of archaeologists. What do you think of the forbidden tombs in ancient Egypt that shocked the world? Do you believe that the tombs serve as an important thing to discover? The section for comments below is waiting for your views, and make sure to subscribe for more.